welcome to Table Talk. We're so excited that you're able to join us as we talk all things food waste, insecurity, and food rescue. I'm your host, Stephanie, the volunteer manager here at Table to Table. And for all of those that are new, allow me to introduce you to our organization. Table to Table is a community-based food rescue program that collects perishable foods that would have otherwise been wasted and delivers it to organizations that serve the hungry in Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Passaic, and Morris counties. We rescue food from over 200 donors, including supermarkets, food distributors, restaurants, and commercial kitchens. And we delivered same day free of charge to over 250 community organizations, including food pantries, shelters, and programs serving those in need. Today, we have a very special treat for you as we go behind the scenes of Pony Power Therapies in Mahwah, New Jersey.
My name is Dana Spett, and I'm the founder and executive director at Pony Power Therapies.
Great. Can you tell us about the Pony Power mission?
Pony Power connects children and adults with disabilities or life challenges to the wonders of horses, farming, and nature.
When did Pony Power begin?
Pony Power was founded in 2000.
And how do you measure the impact of your programs on the children and the other clients that participate?
In a few different ways. Most importantly, we have about 70% semester over semester of clients returning, so that's a good indication. People report back, therapists, parents, care partners, that their clients have a sense of calm that they may not have in other scenarios. They feel motivated to come to program. They feel a sense of accomplishment in what they're achieving here at the farm, whether it be in the riding program or the non-riding program working with horses, or in the garden working on the farm.
Can you talk a little bit about the importance of your farm and the food donations to other organizations?
Pony Power is a community-based organization. We're deeply rooted in social work theory and concepts, which is all about community, whether it's the micro, the meso, the macro. Pony Power sits at that intersection of individuals and the larger community. So we model our entire farm off systems, and part of the system is connecting with others, and a pillar of health is food and good nutrition. So we identified a problem of having 1,000 pounds of manure on our farm, that's our donkeys, and compost it on site, and then we use it as the basis of our food production. And then it's, again, just a model for our community that food can grow in your community, whether you're purchasing when you're on the farm or we're donating to different areas that deal with those who are food stressed.
Can you talk about what challenges you faced in providing these programs, especially during times like the pandemic?
Ironically, during the pandemic, we were only closed to the public for 3 months, and that allowed us to pull our community, pull the experts, and come back with an expression that was safe. And what we learned through the pandemic was the safest place to be was out in nature, which is where we spend all of our time. Pony Power is fully connected through a path that's ADA compliant. So it's a 6-foot wide path that a wheelchair can go along, but that 6-foot wide path was a really good visual for clients on social distancing. So we were able to build out our program working with the farm in the forest where we're growing our produce. We built a trail that walks through the deeper woods. The horses were a safe place. It just became a really safe space for people to get out of their homes.
What are your future goals for Pony Power, and how do you envision expanding or evolving your programs in the coming years?
So Pony Power is entering its 25th year, so we are deeply rooted in the community. Our proof of concept is that we partner with horses and humans to affect positive change. So that concept has evolved and gone from strictly riding to now caring for the horse to now using the byproduct, our manure, to growing. So it's the full horses, farming, and nature. Pony Power in the next 25 years, we believe, will be a center for research and innovation. So we've already have 3 publications under our belt. We believe we are an ideal training center. We are partnered with School of Social Work and our field placement site for social work master's students. So really just showing our model, which is really just deeply rooted in nature.
What is your name and title?
My name is Tracy Rudnick, and I'm the Assistant Farm Manager at Pony Power Therapies.
Can you tell us a little bit about the farming arm of Pony Power?
Sure. So the Farm in the Forest was designed to add on to the already existing program at Pony Power Therapies. And what we're doing here in the garden, it's a therapeutic garden, a teaching garden. We're bringing our clients in. We have school groups in the morning, we have clients in the afternoon, and we're showing them the basics of farming and then building up on those skills the more that they come. We plant with them, we weed with them, we water, we teach them about the science behind some of the vegetables that we're growing here in the garden. We let them get their hands in the ground and touch and feel what we're doing. It's a sensory experience. They love to play with our chickens, feed our chickens. They love to come in and really help us do the work that we're doing. We have a lot of volunteers that come in the morning. The great thing is that it's not just a place where people come and walk around, which they do anyway to relax, but they actually come in here and work with us and feel like they're a part of the garden with us, which is what we want. We want them to feel ownership in this garden so that when they come in, they know they've planted something, and if they come back next week, they're seeing it come out of the ground. They're understanding that process of how we plant, how we need to water, feed our plants and grow. And then when we harvest, they get to take things home with them. So it's a complete spectrum of what we're doing here that they get to see from beginning to finish, and it's very gratifying for them.
Nice, very nice. Can you talk a little bit, could you tell us a story? Is there an anecdote that comes to mind that that brings to life how having kids and adults out in, the farm, working the land, has had a positive benefit?
Well, we have a group that came in the morning, and we have a bed of strawberries that we're growing, and so we wanted to take that bed of strawberries and grow it even more. So we wanted to have a second bed. So what we did is strawberries have these runners that come off of them that have their own roots, and I clipped those runners, and the group that came in the morning got to plant them in the ground. So they'll see next spring when those strawberries come up. And the really great thing is this group also has their own very small garden back at their program. And we had some extra strawberry runners, and they were looking to propagate what they're doing back on their garden. So I was able to give them a couple of those strawberry runners, so the kids will actually have them back at their site and here and know the connection from Pony Power and be able to come here and see those strawberries as well. And we do hear that when people come in, they'll say, oh, I planted those. Those are my, that's my corn, that's my strawberry, those are my peppers. So that's really the goal, and for them to see that and be excited when they come into the garden and see what's going on and to see the growth.
Can you talk a little bit about, we came to claim some food today that you're donating to Table to Table. Can you talk a little bit about the donation to Table to Table?
Sure. Donation to Table has been wonderful. We grow so much more than I think we realize in a small space, and the wonderful thing is we have our farm stand so we can sell to our volunteers and people that come on site, but oftentimes we do have an abundance of certain things that we grow, and instead of it rotting and just throwing it back in the compost pile or not knowing what to do with it, it's wonderful to have a resource that can take that stuff that we have lovingly grown with our clients, with our volunteers, and then be able to share it with the greater community. So that's something that we just love to do, and it's been a great relationship to have Table to Table come at the end of the week. So we know, we try to move as much as we can during the week and satisfy our clients, but then at the end of the week, we also know that nothing's going to waste, that it's going to go somewhere else in our community to help people.
How do you measure the impact of the programs?
Well, for our garden program, we track everything. So we're tracking everything that's going in the ground. We're keeping a table of what's what and what's where. We keep track of how it's growing. We keep notes on that. And then as we harvest things, everything is washed. Then it's weighed and packaged. So we know exactly what is being weighed and given to the farm stand and what is being weighed and given to donation. And I know that this season already, we've given over 600 pounds of harvested vegetables to Table and other groups that have come for.
Could you explain the importance of your farm and the food donations to other organizations?
You know, I think sometimes people forget that even though this is a more wealthy area and community, there are still people in need. Um, and as a community, we need to care for one another. We can't live in our own silos. And so this farm provides that to our community. You know, we don't forget about those that are in need, and we're trying to make sure that we are a part of a bigger community besides just ourselves. So it's really wonderful to have that connection, to know that when we're giving produce to different organizations, that it's going to people that can use it. And we've gotten feedback from people that do pick up our donations to tell us that people really enjoy the things that we're providing from the garden.
Big thank you to Tracy and Dana for giving us a behind-the-scenes look on the impact that Pony Power Therapies is making on their community. Before we go, let's check out our surprising yet true food waste fact. Did you know that Americans waste nearly 40 million tons of food each year? That's 30 to 40% of the entire U.S. food supply. Wow. Have you ever considered the impact that food has on the environment? Certainly something to think about. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself today. I hope that you were able to learn something new. And remember, if you want to get involved with Table to Table, make sure you stick around to the end of the video and find out all about our wonderful volunteer opportunities. That's all the time we have today. See you guys next time on the next episode of Table Talk.